raffle ticket too. Did Michelle get one? She took one?
Yeah.
Okay, very good. Okay, we're going to dive into this. I think first things first, we need to learn how to set up the jump board. So yeah, let's come around to the front of the reformer. You're going to grab your jump board. We first need to set the foot bar. And I think these stretch ones are a little bit different. So let me do the regular everybody first. So for your foot bar, you need to be able to see one hole on the side, and then you need to click it down one notch so you see one hole from the top. Okay, so you need to set it so you see one hole, and I think you guys need to see two. And then you need to click it down one notch. Yeah, those are the long ones. So 1 and 1, that's the easiest way. And then you have to lift the jump board, and it should slide easily between the foot bar. You guys might need to go back 1.
You said 2?
Maybe I was wrong. I don't know. And then down 1. Okay, try that. See if it slides right in. So there's like a little groove.
Okay.
Should right in, no. Well, it's gotta go in the front. There. Boom. So there's like a little metal piece on the front of the reformer, and it should click right into that. And it shouldn't really move. It should be kind of solid there. Yeah, setting it up so hard. Yours looks crooked, Amy. Your jump, like that side's, yeah. In, got it. Yours is still crooked, lady. Oh, snappers. Okay, try it again. So you see this little metal lip? It fits right in there. Installing it's the hardest part. Yeah. Got it? Okay. It should be pretty, it looks better secure.
That one's like, what's wrong? Yeah.
Oh.
Not do that one. It's the same. It's on the same setting.
Hold on. I don't know. It didn't click. It didn't slide into the thing. So, okay, come here. Come here. Look on the front. Do you see on the front? There's like this little metal thing right there, and then on this side there's like a little lip, and it should just like slide right in. Yeah, that needs to go up 1, so you just see one hole on the top. These are the long ones. These are long, and it needs to go up 1, so you only see one hole on the side. Yeah, the regular reformers like that.
1 and 1.
Yeah, and then flip it around the other way. Okay, wait, who's on this one?
Kate.
Kate, oh, whenever she goes. That's it. Got it. Good. Okay. Everybody's got it now. Okay, awesome. Wonderful. That was a little bit different than the wood. Yeah, than the wood. Well, these are still balanced body.
Or, right.
The studio. Yes.
Faster. There's no.
Yeah, switching of the things. Right.
Yeah.
Okay, we got it. So the whole purpose of like your jump board is to provide like a low impact cardio, but you also get like a lot of core with it. So we're going to do like a 90-minute workshop today. I'll share these notes with you afterwards also, just so that if you want to write notes, you can write notes, but also you'll get this afterwards. Yeah. Okay. So the goals: we want to introduce refined jump board technique. We want to learn about safe landing techniques and mechanics and spring control, build confidence with cardio-infused reformer exercises, and we'll explore different variations. So like laying on your back, laying on your side, laying on your belly, 4-point kneeling, all that kind of good stuff. This definitely challenges coordination, stamina. The thing with the jump board though that you want to keep in mind is that you're laying down, so you're horizontal. I don't know if that's blasting you. No, okay. And usually people's legs like fatigue faster than their heart rate gets up. So just keep that in mind when you're doing this. Anyway. Okay, so I would consider the jump board sculpt, which our last workshop was a sculpt workshop as well. I would consider the jump board a prop though. So if you do teach at Bear Canyon and you want to use the jump board in your sculpt class, maybe use it like once a month or every few weeks or something. You don't have to use it every single time you teach a sculpt class, but it is fun to add in.
I think it would be okay to do some jump like empower.
Yeah. I would say, it's a prop. I would say you can use it for empower or even tone, because there's something like ballet, bar variations that you can do. Even flow, like if you wanted to introduce the jump board into a flow class, I would think that that's okay. Just don't like murder them. Don't go crazy with the flow.
Has the jump in the description, so that was just like good to go.
Yeah. Okay, so it's still going to be an intermediate level kind of class. And this is the description for Sculpt. It's on our website. It's on the app and everything. But I do want to talk a little bit about cueing, transitions, the challenge, and the energy. So we're going to talk about directional cues today versus setup cues. We'll go over that. And then the transitions, we want quick, active rest. Like in my Empower class today, there was no rest breaks. There was no supine spine twist. We just kept moving through everything. It was just quick transitions. The challenge, we want to challenge strength, endurance, balance, range of motion. Those are all the categories that I want you to think about when you're designing a class. And then the energy, you want to think about your music, your microphone, your body language, demoing, your voice, your tonality, all of that good stuff. So when you're teaching Sculpt, you just don't want to be sitting down, body language. So cueing. So I want you to use this cueing formula in this order to keep group Pilates classes moving. Use this formula backwards and clients will be looking around waiting for permission to move. So I want you to think, 1, name the exercise. Pilates is a language, so say the name first and people will learn the language. So just name the exercise, whatever it is, and then the more people come, the more they learn the names of the exercises. And then the direction. So give a directional cue next and get people moving, and that way you can keep people moving. So say you're doing footwork, heels wide, sumo squat, chest press, go out and in. You just want to keep going right in and out. And then you refine. Lastly, refine and correct the form and alignment. Then you can say, bring your heels wide on the foot bar, find an external rotation, your elbows wide. Because if you say all of that first, everybody's just kind of sitting there waiting to be given permission to move. You know what I mean? Unless it's a flow class, but in the more intermediate advanced classes, just name the exercise and start to get everybody moving. You probably heard me already say this before. I have to keep reminding everybody because I still find people are using this backwards and it kind of wastes a lot of time, when we only have 50 minutes. So, okay. So transitions, less breaks, more work. So we want quick transitions, moving quickly from one exercise to the next, and teach to the fastest person in the room. So whenever you're teaching group fitness, I always, and that's what this is, Pilates is fitness, I always teach to the fastest person in the room, and then I go and help the slower person catch up and start your timer with the slower person. So at least they still get the reps. So don't get the fastest person moving and then start, because then the slow person's only going to do 2 to 4 reps. You want to have active transitions. So I would say less spine twists, maybe just put 1 in, where we hold, you guys know supine spine twist, maybe just 1. And then try to add in more mat Pilates. So you could do single leg stretch, double leg stretch as your transition instead of the spine twisting. Because I think with the 50 minutes, you want to be really efficient and you want to keep people working the whole time. And again, 50 minutes, we have limited time with clients, make it worth it so they don't need to supplement Pilates with other workouts. So that's what we're finding is this isn't enough for people. So then they're going to the gym or F45 or they cancel because they want something more intense. And that makes sense too, but we want to make this a good solid workout, especially if they only have an hour in the day. You want to make it worth it for them. Okay, so the challenge when planning a class, keep these elements in mind. I made a pie chart. So when you think about these different elements, your strength, your range of motion, your balance, your endurance, I would like to see more strength being biased in a class, and then throw in range of motion, right? Full range of motion, working through things. And then also throw in those balance challenges. And then also the endurance is the time under tension, how you're timing things. But if a class is so heavily focused on balance, I feel I'm just going to fall off the reformer the whole time. But if you bias the strength, then the range of motion and the balance and the endurance are all a consequence of that. Like the stronger you get, the more balanced you are, right? The more balanced you are doesn't mean you're more strong or like you're not stronger, right? Like you get stronger, everything else follows. So yeah, strength. We need to add load. This is how we build muscle and bone. When you load, you also need to stabilize. So balance and strength don't mix. When you're doing an exercise, you're making it heavy. If you're doing kneeling hands and straps, you can't make it heavy because then the reformer is trying to yank itself back in, right? So we don't want to mix those two things. Range of motion, we need to add load and work through full range of motion. So we're starting to get there, but like with little froggies, like pull the knees all the way in, press all the way out. And then balance, again, improves as consequence to those. And then just timing the endurance. Since we teach group fitness, everybody's pretty good about timing things for 30 seconds, but you can do 45 seconds or 60 or a minute and a half, depending on what you're doing and how many layers there are. Working people till failure, because that's how you get stronger as well. Energy. You want to think about music, your mic, body language, demoing, your voice, your tonality. So I want you to think about your voice when you're teaching and your tonality. That means like the pitch, the volume, the pace of your voice. This will influence your class and how can we use this to our advantage when communicating. So if like I would just say talk normally, but sometimes when people get up there and they start teaching, they start talking through their nose, or it sounds like a flight attendant, or just sound really like monotone and bored. And I think that those kind of things influence your class as well. That's something we were talking about today, like the tone of your voice. That affects communication. So you also want to think about body language, like sitting, standing, moving around, eye contact, demoing, correcting, adjustments. All those things matter. Making eye contact is huge, especially when people are like in pain and they're uncomfortable and they're working out. Like you make eye contact and you're like, yeah, keep going.
Smile at them.
Yeah, smile at them, but like
in a cute way.
Yeah, not like an evil smile. Maybe sometimes. But like we don't want to sit the whole class. I would say the only reason you should be sitting is if there is a medical condition or a medical reason. That's the only time you should sit. I'll sit sometimes for like feet and straps. Just if I'm teaching 4 classes back to back, that's like my 5-10 minutes to sort of like regroup a little bit. And also it's like chill time. But if I'm like sitting while everyone's planking, it's like kind of like I don't know, the body language doesn't match. They might as well just like subscribe to Pilates anytime and like watch a video, you know. So that's huge. And demoing, I'd say demo some, but a lot of the time I just do like an air demo, like in the middle of the studio. Like I don't take over somebody's reformer, or I'll like be like, Tiana, set me up for a lunge, and I'll cue her and I'll be like, everybody look at her, so that she stays on her reformer or things like that. And then corrections, people like that. I'd say, like, I think with any of these things, you can go too far either way. Like there could be too much correcting where it's like micromanaging, and then not enough correcting to where people are like, why am I even here? Like I'm paying for a trainer. You know, if you see them doing something absolutely wrong, like please go up and like help them to get it. And then music and mic, type of music, do we want loud or soft? Mic use, volume, positioning of mic. So one thing I want you to be kind of mindful of is if Tiana's on the reformer and I'm right here talking, blasting her ear off with a microphone right by her head, like don't do that. Sorry. You know what I mean? Like, because everyone's laying down and your butt is sort of like their head height. So you don't want to like blast their head. So be careful where your mic is as you're teaching. And then I also like kind of turn it up and turn it down. Like if I'm talking to someone, like I'll just turn it down and talk to them, because I don't want to be like, oh, Michelle, your feet are wrong. Like telling everybody in the whole room, like just move it away.
Yeah,
so it's,
if I make a correction, like I hold my mic.
Yeah. Turn it down. Yeah. Just so you're not like calling her out to like the whole space, you know, that's like not cool either. But the microphone just gives more energy to the room and people can hear your voice better. And then also the music, you know, everybody has their own taste in music. I usually like some kind of dancey, something with like a good beat that's kind of like vibey. And then I play with like the volume of the music too. Like if we're planking, I'm going to turn that shit up and like, you know, we're just going to party and get through the planks. And if it's like the beginning of class footwork, we're breathing, like I kind of turn it down so everybody can like hear, and just play that by ear. But I know it's a lot of like managing different things, multitasking, because you're like cueing and music and all. It kind of comes with time. Okay, intro and warm up. We installed the jump board, footwork on the jump board, and then springs for jumping. So I just want you guys to do a little bit of footwork just to warm up. So all the springs on for footwork I think would be great, or you can take off that yellow, and you're gonna get moving just a little bit today. And we do have donuts if anybody gets hungry. Or afterwards. But grab your weights and then go ahead and lay down. And I just want you to feel what it feels like on the jump board versus the foot bar. There's some limitations, there's some advantages, things like that. So resting back, your headrest could be up or down for any exercise. I want you to start with your feet in a parallel flat position and then go ahead and just do some press outs with a bicep curl. So you're gonna press out, come back in. Now, if your heels lift, just slide your feet up a little bit on the jump board, because I want to really increase that like dorsiflexion at the ankle, or that bend at your ankle as you go in and out. Now, if you can keep your heels down and slide your feet down, I think there would be benefit to that, because you're going to get a deeper bend in the ankle. But as soon as you start to feel your heel lift, that's when you want to slide up just a little bit. Okay. And then let's just take it to first position, heels together, toes apart, and you can do your elbow taps. So when you press out, punch up. When you come in, tap the elbows down. Are we still in flat feet with this? Let's try a releve or a lifted heel. So up on the tippy toes, on the balls of the feet. You may be able to slide your toes down on the jump board just a little bit more. I think that would increase the range of motion. And then, of course, we're adding in the breath. So big inhales to press out, exhales to come back in. This looks good. We're just doing a few of each. So then I want you to bring your heels wide into your sumo squat and your chest press. This is all the stuff that's in like your assistant teaching notes, or, just a general kind of warm up here. Good. And then we can lift the heels, tippy toes, hug a tree, and you keep going. But do you feel like there's more or less range of motion? You guys on the stretch reformers, yeah, you chose the wrong reformer, lady. Yeah, you can see, yes. All right, and then come all the way in, bring your toes to the middle. Let's try a calf raise here. So we're limited in the fact that like our heels can't go under the foot bar, which is personally one of my favorites. And then just lift up tippy toes, lower the heels. You can lift and lower, but I think if you bring your feet down, that would just increase the tension, right? With the calf raise a little bit more. Okay, and then can we do a prance? We can kind of do a prance. And the alternating arms, that's always good. Okay, all right. So a little bit warmed up. So when you're ready, go ahead and come all the way in. And then we need to make a spring change for some leg jumping, because we're going to jump. And start with 2 reds. So start with 2 reds. Everything else can come off. And then lay back down, but keep your weights with you. We're just going to maybe incorporate those a little bit. So lay down. Now, feet are on the foot bar. I just want you to press out and in a couple of times. Just hold your arms down by your side. And then bring your feet like to the middle of the jump board or so. And then now when you press out, just give me a little bunny hop off of the board and then land. So typically in the Pilates world, what you're going to hear is toe ball heel when you land. That's like a dance thing, right? I don't think there's any harm in landing heavy, but it's sort of preference. The reformer is going to start to like move if you're landing like an elephant. And I don't know if we want that. Can you do a bicep curl when you jump? I'm just going to give us some music because it's like better that way. Good. And we're going to do just like the same footwork that we did. Now start to find your first position. Keep going and give me an elbow tap. When you jump, you're going to punch up and then land. Your board's just kind of wobbly. I don't know why. It might just be it? I think it's fine. It should be fine. Good. Okay, now when you jump, I want you to tuck your knees in. So you jump, pull your knees in, and land. Yeah, like heels to butt. It happens really quick. And you can keep going with the elbow tap if you can. I know that's the coordination aspect. Woo! Are you feeling your quads? Yeah, your brain's not working. Okay, last one. Relax really quick. Let's try that on a red and a blue. I just want to like give you a little tutorial. So the 2 reds isn't bad, right? It is heavy, gets heavy over time. Go ahead and lay back down. And then bring your heels wide. We're going to do a chest press as you jump. And you land with your heels wide. So a chest press, and I want you to click your heels together. So you're going to jump, click the weights, click the heels, little heel beat. Again, this one's super dancey. But how's the red and blue? It's a little bit lighter. Still a good amount on the legs, though. Okay, now keep going with that, but hug a tree. And you can keep going with the heel beat, too. Because I feel like the arms and the legs, when they do the same thing, it's like easier to process. Okay, last one, and then you can relax really quick. Just rest your arms down by your side, but bring both feet to the right side of the jump board. Then they're like sort of in a twist. This one's going to be like skiing. So you're going to jump, land on the left, jump, land on the right. Yeah. Another variation for that. I don't know if we can do anything with the arms. Elbow tap. All right, last one, and then go ahead and relax. Okay, what do you guys think? Questions? No? Heavier springs for the legs though, right? We want to keep those nice and heavy. Okay. So supine abs, I'm going to have everybody sit up. You can put your weights down and put it on one blue for moon jumping. So it's going to be very light. And then, let's see, I'm going to have you grab your ball in hands. And then lay back down. Okay, now from here, feet are in the middle of the jump board again. You can just hold the ball in your hands. Just start to jump off and get a feel for that super light spring. Ooh, okay. It's if you clunk the back, you've gone too far. Okay. Now I want you to squeeze your legs together, point your toes as you jump, and then we land toe ball heel. And then I want you to crunch up and just reach your ball forward toward your feet. And keep your legs kind of low. Yes. And then you can hold the crunch. That would make it harder because we're in an iso hold. And then now open the legs when you do that. So you're going to open, reach the ball between the legs. Yes. So I kind of layer all those things in and I keep everybody moving the whole time. Okay. Now I want you to do a leg scissor when you jump. Scissor, scissor, and then land. Jump, scissor, scissor, land. Now when you do that, I want you to pass the ball behind your leg. See if you can do a pass, pass, land, pass, pass, land. 3 would be the goal. Pass, pass, pass. Oh my gosh. That happens like really fast. Yeah, and then if you're going right hand to left hand, go left hand to right hand. That'll really mess you up. Okay, and then you can relax. You can relax really quick. Okay, now we're going to do a ball pass. You're going to go from hands to feet, feet to hands every time you jump. Okay, and make it look like your double leg stretch, like you're going to tuck your knees in. So you're going to jump out, tuck your knees in, pass the ball to your feet, and then land with the ball between your feet. And then you jump, tuck the knees in, land. Yes. Okay, and then to make it harder, do straight legs up. Straight legs ball pass. And you're going from feet to hands, hand to feet. I think back in the day we called it monkey pass. Have you heard that one, Michelle? I know. Okay. See, you learned something new.
I think I really did a lot of
jumping.
Well, this much, like.
With the yes.
You know,
Oh, just the regular.
basics,
Yes.
like things.
Yes. You guys can relax.
Arms and ball.
Yeah, this is just extra credit. Okay, oh, I want the ball back between the ankles. Okay, now we're gonna do some jumps off the board, but I want you to start to bring some awareness to the risers behind your head. Okay, so do some jumps, and then you're kind of like gonna, check those risers out, and you're gonna grab them with your hands. Kaylee's got it. And then we could do some abs here, like lower lift your legs. Yes. Drop the balls, 100 burpees. Okay, and then what if, who dropped hammers? Oh yeah, that's true. You got 18 extra inches. Can we do some knee tucks? Bend your knees in and out. If we didn't have the ball, we could probably do some like single leg stretch and scissor, like your series of 5, right? Okay, now you're gonna have to like straighten the legs, bring awareness back to that jump board, and then we're gonna land. So you're gonna come back and land on the board. Okay, that's just something to sprinkle in, with the moon jumping. If it was a red spring, I don't know if I would do that because it would be like real heavy. So, okay, that was a blue spring. Now I want you to switch it to a red, just because we want to experience all the springs. And then now I want you to put the ball under your shoulders. The jump board's kind of squished in too, huh? Like to come up and things.
Yeah.
Roll-ups would probably not be so fun here. Okay, now I actually did this in my class this morning just on the bar, but give me some jumps here. So you're gonna jump off, land. Yeah. Ball's right under your bra line. Hands can stay down, or you can bring your hands behind the head. And then we could do so many things here. So when you go out, give me some heel beats, little heel beats. Or you probably did like the little crisscross legs. Yeah, that's like a ballet. What do they call that? Changement, thank you. I just need one dancer in the room. Little changement, but it's like inner thigh squeeze. It shouldn't look like a floppy fish. Yes. Well, Amy, you too. Yeah, she's doing it right. Okay. And then last one, and then relax. We could do literally so many things here. So let's put like one foot on the jump board, the other leg out to the side. So it kind of looks like Peter Pan. Yeah, like one foot stays on, one leg out. Now I want you to jump, squeeze the legs together, land with the other leg. Jump, squeeze, land. But we want straight legs. Yeah, that's it. Just giving you a few variations. Okay, and then maybe like one more each leg. And, leg circles. I put a leg circle. Can we try that? Jump, leg circle. Yes. That one's awkward. I don't know if I like that one. No, you got it, Lily. Or froggies. So we did this one with the footwork where you tuck your knees in and out. Try that. So heels pull in and out. That's it, Valentina. Yes, you got it. Okay, relax. How are you guys doing? We could always add small weights to this. Like we could do a hug a tree. You could do like so many, like arms overhead. Yeah. Or are you feeling your abs? Yeah. Good. Okay, we're going to keep going. So a little side series. Let's turn to face the front window. Let's start on one red, or let's stay on one red. The ball goes on the headrest. Lay on the ball. Yeah. Bottom knee needs to stay tucked in because there's nowhere to go. Top foot will stay on the board here, and then go ahead and just start to press out and in. And then we're going to start to jump. Little jumps out and in. Good. I like to wrap the bottom hand around and grab the peg. Other hand can go on the shoulder block or wherever. And you always, I would say, start small and then slowly make it bigger. Yeah.
Is it in the center or is it vertical? Does it matter?
Doesn't matter. I'd say. Now, next time you jump, lift the leg. Jump, lift. Yes. I think we still want to think toe ball heel too, but I think that's an aesthetic. So I don't want you to get so caught up on it. Yeah. Now, jump, sweep your leg forward. Yes. Good. Okay. And then jump, tuck your knee in. So basically all the things we do with the foot and the strap. right? Okay, and then rest really quick. I know I said we shouldn't grab the riser on a red, but we're gonna try it. So check out the riser. You're gonna grab it with your hand, and can you give me some pull-ups? Ooh, yeah. Oh, she got it. I'll give you a bump. Ready? Go. Woo. Okay, do some pull-ups here. Too heavy? Yeah. You guys want to rest and switch it to a blue? Try it real quick. The red. You know why? Because we stretch the spring all the way.
But yeah, and it's the angle.
And the angle.
Kind of weird because it's a forward.
Yeah.
Which is
harder.
Like a pull-up, but
it's like
if
a pull-up.
It's a single arm.
Tough. Try it again on a blue. Better? Okay. Take note. This is where we try it. You know, we have to try it on the one. Can we keep this leg long? Pull-ups. Okay. Pulse it. Little pulses. And then grab your hand the other way. And then just hang. I want you just to hang then. And then like let your leg go back. And you're going to feel a big stretch. You can maybe drop that leg down toward the frame. And a big stretch. Is that okay, Mallory? Yeah. Kind of feels good? Okay. All right. Go ahead and let go. So if I were here teaching a class, I would probably then grab the strap and do some up down with the arm and or put the foot in the strap just to like really make it worth the flow. Yeah. And I put that in the notes. I think you guys all know all that. So we're just going to skip. Let's do the other side real quick. I know you're all like, we need to do the other side. Switch it back to the red. Yeah, I would switch it back to the red just so you're even. And we can make it a pyramid. We can make it a 90-90. I think I had like a 90-degree turn flow in my class where we were on our side. We went to our all fours. We went to the, yeah, like you make 90-degree turns. We did some lift and lowers. Yeah, you guys can start jumping. I don't know. How many did we do? 20-ish? You did 4 of each? Of each, yeah. Do some kicks forward. You could even do this propped up on your elbow. Michelle's already there. At Central, oh shoot, we don't have jump boards at Central, but I was going to say you could do this on the arc. Actually, you could still do it on the arc, but on the foot bar. Yeah, you could.
On a lighter, I usually do
a blue, so it doesn't yank it in.
Yeah. You don't have as much base.
Yeah. Okay. All right. You guys feel even-ish? Okay, good. Let's go ahead and keep on the red, and then tuck the ball away, and then all fours. You're going to come 4-point kneeling, facing back to the risers. Oh, I did put ankle weights on this. We're not going to grab those right now. We won't. But you could put ball weights on your ankles. Here, we have them here. Okay, so hands are going to be down, maybe on the shoulder blocks or in front of the shoulder blocks. Let's go right foot on the jump board. And then you're going to do some like donkey kicks here, little jumps off. So now the balance factor kind of comes into play, that we're in this tripod position. Now, when you jump, can you lift your leg? Like squeeze your butt. Well, yes. We jump, lift, land. Okay, then can you do a knee tuck? Jump, tuck your knee into your chest, land. That one goes a little faster. And then a hamstring curl. So when you jump, can you curl your heel toward your head? Michelle's got it here. Keith got it. Yes, Letty. Okay. And then you guys can rest. Let's do the other side, maybe like 4 or 5, so you're even. Try it with your elbows on the shoulder blocks. So we're going to have clients that are like, my wrist hurt. So we can do that. That's a far reach. You can even just slide your elbows back. I would say you could do this with a short box too. So if you have a whole short box flow, you can do elbows on the short box and do this. Yeah, find the sweet spot. We could do you think we could make this heavier? No? Okay.
This is red, right?
This is a red. I mean, I don't know. Try it. Red and blue or red and yellow? No?
It's the crash factor, I think.
It's the crash.
Yeah.
Maybe you don't jump as far though. What do we think? It's fine. Okay. What do you think, Mallory? Okay. Shoulders? Okay. Okay. We're playing with it, right? We're workshopping it. Okay. So now we're going to plank. I would just do like a red or a blue, whatever you normally do. But your feet are going to go on the top of the jump board. And you can go elbows down or hands down. It's a different angle. I'd say it's a little bit higher. Okay. And then when you're there, can you give me a pike? It's going to be like more of a handstand. Was it the socks? Were they slippy? It's just a small surface, right? Smaller. Nice. That's like a full-blown headstand right there. Yeah. What about some scooters? Some knee tucks. Bend and press. And it's almost like an inverted plank, I would say a little too. The angle is different. Okay. And then you guys can relax. What do I have? Knee pull-ups on the back risers. Okay, one blue. Give me one blue because I have something for you here. Bring your knees all the way up against the shoulder block. And then walk up and grab the back risers. Yeah, and you might want to just like sit your hips back a little bit. And then do some pull-ups. Let's say narrow pull-ups. But we're going to make it into a jump. So when you pull up, I want you to let go for a second, grab, and then release. Let go, grab. So there's a little bit of a jump happening. Yellow?
This is tighter, yeah.
I know, you do. You guys are like 18 inches longer. Good? Okay. I think we can rest. So anyway, to add to the flow, you keep going. We know our carriage tosses, right? Where you straddle and you throw. I don't think we need to do that. You guys know. I just put that in here because it's like a cardio aspect. Your heart rate gets up and everything. Okay, facing the bar from the outside. Yeah, flying planks. So we're gonna do it on the jump board, if you would. Let's go for one red, and then stand off this on this side, on the left side. And you guys all know your flying planks here. So foot against the shoulder block, hands on the foot plate on the jump board. Yep. And then press out so you find your lunge stance, your athletic lunge stance. And then bring it in, lift your foot, find your plank, hover, and then land. Good. Lift. You can sweep that leg back. You can do your knee tuck. That's your flamingo. You can add a twist, bring that knee to opposite elbow, or you can lift that leg out to the side. Okay, and then I have inside the frame, but I think, so I've tried this without the box, and I think I like the box better. So go ahead and grab your short box really quick, and we're going to try it again, but on the inside where the springs are, like your foot lands there. Because if your foot's against the shoulder block, it's too big of a reach. So do a short box. I'd say one blue or one red again. And then you're going to come inside of your well, just how Mallory is here. And one foot against the box, one foot down. Now press out to your lunge again. That's your start position. Now when you come up, let's do that flamingo. Tuck your knee to your nose and then land back on the floor. So you're going to come up and then land, and you can put your foot like right inside the frame. There you go. Now next time you land, can you land on the platform? So do your flamingo and then land your foot on the platform, like the squishy platform. I guess we could do the frame too. And then flamingo and go to the floor. And flamingo and platform. I hope you guys switched legs. Did you? Let's switch legs really quick. But if we did this without the box, it's too big of a reach. Like we almost need the box when you're inside the frame. And then being down here, we can't really like sweep the leg back, can we? Well, I guess, yeah, it looks like a mountain climber. Yeah, mountain climber. Okay. Okay. It would have to bend and then press. It wouldn't just be a sweep back, though. You'd hit the thing. Yeah. Okay. You guys can relax. Heart rate is up a little bit. Whenever you get people up, the heart rate is going to be more of a factor. So the flying planks. I did carriage hopovers. We've done these, right? You guys know what that is? Let's put on 2 springs real quick. And Tiana's going to show us back here. You can keep your hands on the, yep, and then you hop over. Try it out. I would say stabilize the reformer just a little bit when you do that, and make sure there's nothing down, like tripping hazards or Legos under the feet. And then you can do it with the hands off. You could. Okay, and then you guys can relax. All good things to add into a jump class. You could add that into your sculpt class at the other studios too if we don't jump board.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Do you think that if we're, because I would say if you're using the jump board, like just try to use it, like, utilize it for the whole class.
Yeah.
So like just make that a cardio class.
Just
right?
make it a cardio. Yeah. Yeah. Just make it a cardio class. But I would add some of these into like regular class, like without the jump board too.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I just mean like if you have the jump board, like just
Use it. Yeah. Okay, arm jumps. So let's go ahead and get rid of the box, please. And then you're gonna come to a kneeling position facing toward the jump board. And then let's start with a red. Would you put a blue? Put a blue. Bring your knees. I think let's try both. We're just gonna try both. You need to feel it. Bring your knees forward so they're right off the edge of the reformer. And then stay down on your heels. Yeah, like you're in child's pose kind of. Now hands are on the jump board and then just start to jump away and then land. And then play around with it. If we went to single arm, I would definitely do a blue. Now, when you jump, I want you to lift to high knees. When you land, come back down. Yeah, careful with that balance. Yeah, so you come up, squeeze your butt, and then land. And then add an arm reach. So when you jump, reach the arms up, land. Okay. And then they're doing arm circles back here, so we could do some arm circles. And or add a twist. So jump, twist, land, jump, twist, land. Good. Are you on a blue, Mallory? No, red. Okay. I thought you were coming in fast, but it works. Yeah. Okay, we can always add props. So I know that Amy, you grab your ball. You did this last week, I know. So your ball goes on the jump board and then jump off with your ball and do all the same stuff. So if you pulled a prop out, you probably want to use it a few times in class. Okay, last one. And then I want to make sure everybody's on a blue or a yellow. And I want you to try a single arm, like with a fist though. And if you have a ring, just like spiral the stone inward. And then you're going to jump off with your fist and keep it narrow. So try a couple with a narrow fist and try a couple with a wide elbow. Wait, narrow fist, narrow elbow, narrow fist. You get what I mean. And then you guys can switch. Yeah, the blue. A lot of good shoulder. Yeah. Okay. And then let's find a mermaid sit facing toward the front of the studio. Probably still a blue. Put your ball down. We can be done with it. Okay. So shin against shoulder block, foot against your inner thigh. Both hands on the footboard, and then just start to jump off. Okay. Now, when you jump off, can you rotate to the risers and then rotate back? Whew. That happens kind of quick. A little bit of rotation. And then we could probably do an arm lift here again. So jump, lift. What else? Anything else? Lateral flexion. We could probably do this holding the ball too, or a circle. I don't know. Options are endless.
Side kneeling with the ball.
Side kneeling.
Like,
What about a single arm jump here? With the fist? Do you like the fist better? I kind of like the fist better too, because then your wrist isn't getting like all the impact.
You have that extra 2 inches or so.
Yeah.
At least for a little shorty.
Yeah.
I feel like that does.
Oh.
Make a difference.
You guys want to turn around and do the other side? Flip around. We'll even you out. A lot of bicep. I would offer either one. Yeah, say yellow for light, blue for a little heavier. Because you're always going to have that one person that's like adding.
Or real wristy. The
Wristy.
wristy people.
The
you
wristy
know?
people, I know.
I think I'm getting real wristy.
Me too. Older.
Yeah.
Me too. Okay. Once you've done a few, good, happy. Do you like the punch off or the hand? Hand.
My nails.
The nails.
That would be great.
Oh, the nails. Oh, true.
I see.
No, not your thumb. Don't do your thumb either. Like this.
Oh, I tucked my thumb in.
oh, like thumbs up.
Thumbs
That would
up.
have been helpful.
Thumbs up, thumbs to the side. Okay, we're going to grab a long box. And then we're going to be doing some jumping, laying on your belly, facing toward the bar or the board. I'm so used to saying foot bar. Let's start on a blue. We could do it on a, you guys, you might want to go in front of the shoulder blocks, no?
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, lay on your belly, maybe kind of squished up in there. I don't know. Hands on the board. You're going to keep your legs together though. Okay. Now just press out and in a few times. And then, yeah, you guys are already jumping. So now you can jump. Now jump, lift the arms and land. How does that work, Amy, with the seated? Is it okay? Yeah. What about jump, lift, circle? Or a jump T? What about a single arm? Yeah, I would just have her on her knees though, even. Yeah. I'd probably have you do like knee stretch variation, like kneeling. And then, yeah. Oh, I got you. Okay. Question?
This is fun.
Oh, a little switch, jump switch. And then we could do like a swimming. So you jump with one opposite arm, opposite leg lift. We did the single arm.
Single leg
Kicks. Yeah. And some swan. Okay. Good. We're going to sit on the box again. We're going to do abs on the long box with the ball under the shoulders. So probably just the blue again. This one's going to take a little bit of coordinating to get into. But I want you to sit. Yep, Mallory's got it right over here. You need the ball under your bra line or right under your shoulders. And then your toes are on the foot bar. Board. Hands behind the head or down. And then do some jumps here. Okay. And then can we take it to a single leg jump? So you're going to jump just with one leg. And I want you to bicycle the other leg. So stay on one leg. But when you land, reach the leg over the board. When you press out, tuck the knee in. And you just stay on one leg on repeat. Good. The twisting might get a little scary here because you're on the box. So maybe no twisting. But then you could switch that. Single leg. Do that bicycle. And then we could scissor the leg. You could do your open close. And you could do your lower left. Oh, I should have put, you're good. I should have put a single leg situation in here with my jumping. Oh, we didn't even do that. We're going to have to go back. We don't have to. All right, and then you guys can relax. Okay. How are you doing? Good? The jump board's fun. If I'm teaching a jump class, I probably wouldn't have the whole class jumping, just like how we have been for the last hour. I would break it up with some other Pilates, hands and straps, feet and straps, things. So go ahead and come up really quick. Take your box back down to the back of the reformer. I have one more thing I forgot to show you. Then I realized it. So one red, bring your ball and lay back down. Okay, and then put the ball behind your left knee. Okay, and then your right foot's on the jump board, and then you're just going to do single leg jumps with that right leg. So a little single leg action. Now when you jump, I want you to lift that leg up to the ceiling. Do a sweep. Jump, lift, land. And then do a jump tuck. You can tuck the knee in and land. Good. Okay, and then switch. Switch legs. Do a few on the other side. Jump, reach. You can do a few of those sweeps up, maybe 3 or 4. And then do some knee tucks in and out. And then I want you to bring your ball into your hands and reach it up to the ceiling. And then bring one leg into tabletop, one foot stays on. You're going to jump with that one leg. So then we could do more single leg jumping and do your bicycle with your gesture leg. You're going to reach it over the footboard. You're going to tuck the knee in. And then when you jump, I want you to open the arms to the T. The ball goes to one hand. You'll jump switch. So you're going to add lots of coordination with this. Okay, and then switch legs. But I would put one piece at a time in there, right? Like just start with the jumps and then add in the bicycle. And then add the ball, open, close. And then once you're done, you can rest. Okay, that was just one red though. We tried the 2 springs 4-point kneeling, right? Put on a blue, red and blue. I just wanted you to try a little bit heavier. So lay back down. One final time. This might be the last thing. And then try that single leg jump. How do we like that? No? You like the red better, but it's too heavy? Maybe a red yellow? Yeah. Okay, you guys can relax. Are you going to try the red yellow? Or if you're good, you're good? Okay. Do you want a couple leg circles like with your feet in the straps? Okay. Let's lay down. You have 2 springs already. We'll put your feet in the straps. Just to cool you down a little bit. And then let me know if you have any questions or anything. Do 10 circles each way. You might want to, maybe small straps for this. You might like it.
I might like it, yeah. But I'm just thinking about
Yeah, you want the box in front of the shoulder blocks.
that one I was like, oh.
Yeah, because it's a big reach. Yeah. Once you've done about 10 circles each way, if you want to take your butterfly or whatever additional stretch you'd like, please do.
How do you kind of set the straps on the reformers? Like when things look off, maybe.
Like in the moment?
Oh, sure, in the moment.
Do you have one shorter?
No, not necessarily, but I'm just curious.
I would just,
do a little.
now that's probably longer.
I don't know, my body has the master ability to it.
Yeah, I would just do that in the moment. Or I can show you once you come off. Like if the straps are off.
Let's say you just come in and you're like, someone's like, oh, mine have like super shifted.
Oh, I would just do this.
And then would you load up all the springs?
Maybe, yeah, a couple. And then I would just either loosen them or pull them tight so they're tight right here.
And that's kind of,
That's it.
you just kind of press.
Yeah, and then it should be good. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
Okay.
I just get in there and there's
Yeah.
But have you ever seen people start going? You're still there, you're like, no, you didn't let me out.
Okay. Do you guys have any questions? Anything that comes to mind? Okay. Kind of a well-rounded tutorial to the jump board, right? If anything comes up or if you have any questions about it, let me know. Yeah, toe ball heel is usually like the go-to, what you'll hear in the Pilates world. But I would say it's not wrong if someone's landing heavy. If they're landing heavy, you're going to see the reformers start to like move though. It's going to travel forward because they're like pushing off of it.
I do feel like with really petite people though, even when they're not landing heavy, the reformer starts to go because the springs are like
Too heavy. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And the other thing, yeah, when
like girls that are like 5 feet, like 80 pounds or something, it'll move.
because the reformer, and I think like that's them pushing the board away versus pushing themselves away from the board.
Okay.
Does that make
That's a good
sense?
cue.
Yeah, like sometimes they're pushing it forward and they need to push themselves out. The opposite. If it doesn't make sense, it'll make sense once you kind of get into it. One more thing I want to do with the board real quick, just because I'm kind of curious for workshop. So come around to the front, if you would, and just stand like in the front of your board. And I want you to pull it off and bring it in front of the jump board, or in front of the foot bar. I'm sorry. Bring it in front, like, so bring it out, and then just do some like upright rows. Can we do that? Oh, I kind of like that.